Hello everyone and welcome back to the Corsace Open 2022. Time for our next matchup of the weekend, and a very good one. What is sure to be a pretty close matchup between two very good teams. It's Whispering Almond versus our number 1 seed out of qualifiers versus the number 4 seed in the Whispering Almond with Bartek, I'm a Fancy Lad, Utami Badu, Disco Marek, also known as Malashevsky, Rectagon Von Lakayon, also known as Taquito, and Majore, and with Listia, Arnold, Rupertian, Intercambing, Nineric, Eternum, Raikaho, and Ikoro. I am Dio, and I am here for this winner's bracket matchup with Fiery Rage on the desk.
Yep, hello everybody. Yeah, we have a pretty decent matchup, I'd say, at the very least. Relatively okay, I'd say, Dio. Winner's bracket matchup. First winner's bracket of the weekend. The next one is going to be happening on Sunday. But yeah, Whispering Almond and Team The both having pretty much what you would expect from tournament players. There are tournament players from every team here. Quite literally. There is just full-on tournament players on Whispering Almond. If you've played any tournament whatsoever in the past year or so, the only name that you're probably not going to recognize is Rectagon, which he got banned and was recently unbanned. So he is playing tournaments again, but he was on the OWC team for the USA on 2020. Team The, if you've played tournaments, also have pretty much instantly recognizable names. So you have Arnold, Intercambing, all those. Yeah, this should be a very close matchup, I think. Even if the stats don't really represent that well, this is probably the closest matchup that we're going to have, I believe, this weekend.
One of the two closest matchups that we're going to have this weekend, for sure. I agree. We do have another matchup tomorrow in the winner's bracket that I hope is going to be equally as close, but yeah, these two teams very close together in seeding, and despite the stats for The being very low in comparison to the stats for Whispering Almond, when you compare the maps that they played last weekend against different opponents, The actually comes out on top on several maps, including on the Precision Hard Rock pick, which would be a massive surprise given the 4 points on paper difference in precision between these two teams. So I actually think that this is going to be a very good matchup in spite of what the on paper stats say between these two teams. And if you are as we've talked about, familiar with the tournament scene at all, you are likely to know that the vast majority of these players are really at the highest level of tournament play and are going to have a good time. One thing I am a little surprised to see is the Nomad 6 Protect from Whispering Almond. They do have a lot of very good reading players on their team, but also with some solid reading players, particularly Ikoro, who could potentially... Ikoro Arnold as a duo could potentially carry a pick like Nomad 6 for against a lot of other teams, but with Badu, Fancy Lad, Utami, Bartek, Disco Marek, Taquito to choose from on the roster for Nomad 6, I think that Protect does probably still work out in Whispering Almond's favor most of the time in this matchup. Just an interesting tidbit there that, against most teams, would be hard winning that pick with just Arnold and Ikoro going off on it. Nomad 5 as the Protect for also making a lot of sense. Very good speed team for and the Hidden 1 banning Hidden Tech against a team like Whispering Almond, always a good idea.
Yeah, that does leave the other Hidden Tech open, though. Hidden 3 is left open. DT3 does a follow-up ban from Whispering Almond. Speed gone. Goodbye, Speed. So, somewhat pretty much expected after what we saw from the Protects. Nomad 5 Protect from Team The, followed up by a DT3 ban from Whispering Almond, not wanting to deal with Speed. That does leave DT2 open for Team The to pick, so if they so choose, they can first pick that, but this is Whispering Almond to first pick. And I imagine we'll just be immediately seeing this Nomad 6 pick, if not something like Hidden 3 based on the Hidden 1 ban. Hidden 3, another somewhat focused on tech, I'd say. A lot more focused on flow aim and just general stamina, but it is still tech at its core with a lot of cut streams there.
Yeah, a lot of the a lot of the sliders themselves are actually relatively easy to follow and to aim in that map. So you're right, a lot of the focus in that map definitely on the cut streams and the flow aim. Speaking of another map that focuses on the flow aim, this Nomad 3 first picked for Whispering Almond. Not a full flow aim Nomad 3. Half Slash does a very good job of mixing in a lot of really, really high spacing jumps in this map is what I'll basically call them, because a lot of the snap aim control in this map really is just very high BPM jumps. This map is just Half Slash popping off with the wiggles and back and forths and accelerating, decelerating, longer alt patterns all throughout the pick. It's a very, very tough map all throughout. There's not really any places to rest in this map, and that means that players who are not only have the skill cap to play something like that, but to be consistent on it are going to have a very good time. And there are a lot of very, very good alt players on the team for Whispering Almond. You're expecting probably Disco Marek, Malashevsky, and Utami to be in, probably alongside players like I'm a Fancy Lad, Badu, Taquito, another potential person to go in for them. I don't know that Rectagon is particularly an alt player because I haven't kept up with him during his tournament ban, but he's still fairly solid.
I'm gonna assume the roster is probably just gonna be Disco Marek, Utami, Badu, and Fancy Lad for this map. Those are the immediate 4 players that stick out to me as, these people are going in for the alt map at this stage.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised in the slightest to see that. Taquito actually will be going in place of Utami, but that's not really that surprising either. You can pretty much just put anyone on this team, honestly. And just like that, first map underway. Arnold, Ikoro, Intercamming, and Raikoho on the side of Team The to face off against Whispering Almond's first pick.
No real big surprises on the roster for The either. I think all of these players are going to be very, very solid. Raikoho, a pretty solid all-rounder, despite being largely a speed player. Does find the first break for The, but everybody else holding on to the full combos for their roster, and Badu with a very early break himself for the side of Whispering Almond. So a trade of early misses, but still ever so slight score lead. Badu with a barely higher combo than Raikoho, about 90 combo up there. Getting into the first Ki time now, there's going to be quite a lot of breaks probably during this first Ki. We see Fancy Lad with the first one for Whispering Almond. Everybody on The actually holding through the start of this Ki time, but you can see where a lot of the high spacing jumps, the doubling back alt patterns in this map come from. Another break comes through for Von the Kion for Taquito. Intercamping and Ikoro will match the breaks though out of Whispering Almond during that Ki time, and that is going to give combo advantage over to I'm a Fancy Lad in particular. Still 2 high combos to 2 with Arnold and Malashevsky on the FC and Badu and Raikoho on the chokes right now.
And Badu having a 100 combo advantage over Raikoho, as well as the accuracy to boot, 99.4% almost for Badu on this. Absolutely not surprising, because this is a Badu map. Welcome to the Badu map. Arnold drops the FC, and just like that, pretty massive combo advantage now on the side of Whispering Almond as Bristol Malashevsky continues to hold on to this FC, getting into the second chorus. It's going to take... it's going to take...
from Badu or Malashevsky at this point for the score to go back in Doe's favor, but a solid... Well, there's the drop for Badu. Actually, no choke for Badu anymore. No high combo aside from Malashevsky and I'm a Fancy Lad, but Ikoro's going to match the drop, and The needs all the combo they can get to make up the 200,000 score lead that Whispering Almond have accumulated here. Going into the last quarter, still the FC for Malashevsky, and with Raikoho's combo going away there, him dropping the choke near the end of the map, that is going to do it, seal it up for Whispering Almond. A 1-0 start on their first pick.
Yeah, Ristel's just kind of doing Ristel things right now.
It's a bit good. It's a bit good at the game, that Malashevsky guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I would have... Wow. I would have never guessed.
Yeah, particularly in 2022, won Knicks Winter Cup perennial and YSC in a row, and still placed in the pretty up there in CPMC. So yeah, very, very good player, finishing out the full combo for Whispering Almond.
Solid scores from Whispering Almond all around. Badu and Fancy Lad both at 600k. Chiquito just missing the 400k, but still higher than Ikoro. Was the lowest score on Team The. That's going to be a solid first point for Whispering Almond. Team The, I imagine they're just going to be going into that speed abuse now, taking hella advantage of Arnold, Nineric, Raikaho, any of the speed players on that team, just taking immediate advantage of that. Also, I don't know, I believe you said Ristal placed high in CPMC.
Yeah, I got it switched between YSC and CPMC. He won CPMC and I believe got third in YSC.
Yeah, that sounds more accurate.
Yeah,
but in
Arnold
any case,
actually won YSC. Whoops.
In any case, I think he actually got top 6. He got eliminated relatively early in YSC. But anyway, Nomad won from Team The. Kind of surprised to see this pick this soon, actually. I was expecting this to be a very late pick for either of these teams, but I guess we're just going into AIM immediately.
Be a little surprised to see the early AIM pick, the early AIM consistency pick in Nomad 1 from The. But I think they do have a lot of really good players for just raw AIM, Rupertian, intercamping in particular. Eternum as well, very, very good for those sorts of maps. I don't think Listia goes in for this. I think it's probably Raikaho as their 4th. Would make sense for that roster, but I think maybe a little bit of a toss-up pick, which is fine. It's your first pick. You have, some... Wait, was Nomad 1 protected by Whispering Almond? Got that switched over. Wait, is this...
That's some mind games as hell.
Wait, what is happening? The Nomad 1 was protected for Whispering Almond and is now picked for...
I'm pretty sure it was Nomad 6 is protect. I think that was just...
Yeah, Nomad 6 was protected, right? Yeah, okay, I do remember that. There is a bug happening on stream. Do not be fooled like we were. Nomad 6 was protected for Whispering Almond. This first pick is not just Giga Mind Games or trolling by The...
I mean, to be fair, this pick doesn't really necessarily equate to trolling if you have a team such as The, who is, at any given point, can easily 4-way FC a Nomad 1 at this stage. Not going to be happening since Rupertian drops on the first hard jumps here, but that's just how Nomad 1 is, Yeah. You can feel very confident going into it. Next thing you know, oops, I missed. But still 4 FCs on the side of Whispering Almond, so very early combo advantage for them.
We didn't really talk about this map all that much because there was the weird stream bug with the Nomad 1 Protect instead of Nomad 6, like it should have been.
There's really not much to say.
Yeah, it's a Skyflame Nomad 1. It's a lot of really comfortable jumps, and there's like one 7-note burst in the entire map. That's the longest thing there is, or the longest stream there is. Another miss for Eternum and a miss for Intercamping on the side of The, though. And now it's just Raikaho with the FC against 4 FCs for Whispering Almond. This Nomad 1 first pick really not working out at the halfway point. There's a slider break for Badu right at the end of the only long stream in the map. But the rest of the team still FCing.
Yeah, it's going to take a 4-way miss on the side of Whispering Almond at this point to really give Team The any sort of comeback possibility into this. Halfway through the map, only 1 real combo to speak of. Going up against 3, still holding strong. Badu does drop again. Doesn't matter since Rupertian trades it immediately. And yeah, this is an AIM team.
Whispering Almond kind of an everything team, to be honest. Pretty good at everything. I think they top scored like 10 out of 11 maps in qualifiers or something like that. Quite the good team. If you weren't aware, if you haven't been following the tournament, this is the team that I think actually top scored 10 out of 11 maps. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but it was something ridiculous like that. And for pretty good reason. All extremely good players and all extremely consistent in tournament as well. I say right as Utami overaims the jump at the bottom of the screen. But doesn't matter, they are still up 500,000 score against a roster for the, which only has one FC remaining on Maiko. It's an SS to be fair, but
there goes that immediately. Rectagon does trade it, but once again, Ristal, the only FC.
I'll see if Ristal manages to finish out the full combo or not. It's really the only thing we're waiting on at this point, as everything else is decided on this pick. It's going to be the 2-0 start for Whispering Almond in pretty dominant fashion. There was never really any question whether they were ahead or not throughout the entire map. An early miss for the members of the, and then the other misses coming through at the end of the first KI time for Intercambing and Eternum, really putting Whispering Almond pretty far ahead in that map. And 2-100 full combo for Malashevsky. Not the best 100 count, but the best accuracy in the lobby at 99.89% on the full combo. Looking very, very good. 2 for 2 on FCs so far this match.
Well, let's see if he can keep up that streak, Whispering Almond, with the next pick. Seems like the Nomad is working out pretty comfortably in their favor, so I wouldn't be surprised to actually see something like a Nomad 4 here, especially with the tech players on the side of Whispering Almond. I feel like they kind of just own that map. Granted, you could really just go for anything on the side of Whispering Almond outside of, like, maybe speed, since Team The is pretty good at that speed and Nomad 2 stuff in general. So you could pretty much just go for anything outside of that. So, yeah, we'll just see what they decide to pick. And then we'll just say, you know what, that's a good pick. Because they could pick anything and it'd be a good pick.
Besides maybe speed, they just, like, maybe don't want to pick that. Because,
okay, yeah, there's Nomad 4.
There it is. Yeah, I mean, that's also good.
I mean, that was the pick I was saying would be very good, and lo and behold, wow.
It's Nomad 4. Crazy. Crazy how that works. It's a good map for them. Yeah, this map is, like, classic Asilica tech. I don't know. There's a lot of really... It's in sharp contrast to a lot of more modern maps that play off the, Halgo-esque, really long, super fast, wonky shape sliders. There's still really long and fast sliders in this map, to be sure, but a lot of them have more standard shapes, just some curved sliders and things like that, that make the overall cursor distance a lot higher in this map for the sliders in it. You have your standard cut streams and finger control and accel, decel streams and wiggles in this map as well, but maybe looks a little bit different to most viewers than some of the other more modern tech maps that, or I guess quote-unquote new age tech maps that have been popular recently.
It does give me a bit of OWC 2021 tech map vibes. Grand Finals tech map on there, I believe, being... I forgot what the song by Zek was exactly. I know it wasn't Duplication, but it was...
Fluctuation?
Fluctuation, thank you. Yeah. Pretty... I'd say somewhat similar to that. Granted, I think Quarterfinals was a lot more similar to that map, but this is still relatively... more or less the same. A lot of fast sliders, some cut streams here and there, a lot of finger control scattered throughout the entire map. And just like that, Badoo actually coming in for this is something I wasn't expecting, since there are a couple of streams in this pick. And I wouldn't really think Badoo would be too comfortable playing them, but I suppose still definitely one of the best tech players in the game outside of those streams. So it's still not really that surprising to see him. Just kind of, I guess, jarring in a sense for me personally. But in any case, yeah, this is a tech roster.
Yeah, very, very good tech roster from Whispering Almond. Again, not super surprising to see any of these players in. I think maybe a little bit surprising, like you said, to see Badu in on a map that is this high VPM with these longer streams in it, but so many misses already coming out fiery. 2 misses for Taquito and I'm a Fancy Lad on Whispering Almond, and then 3 for Listia, Rupersion, and Raikaho on the side of the Ikoro, the only combo left up for them, having already missed earlier on into the map as well. So 0 FCs left up for the, and just Malashevsky and Badu holding on to the FCs for Whispering Almond. And there goes Ikoro's combo. Yeah, this
I am never doubting
like
Badu ever again.
Yeah, this team does not like tech maps for the, but you can now doubt Badu again.
No, he didn't slider break. That was a Bancho miss, and he hit the stream. He hit that 8-note burst there. The real question is, can he hit the 16-note one that comes after?
Damn, that was actually a Bancho miss. What? I'm actually getting trolled.
Now check this out.
Okay, well,
He's gonna miss here.
Oh my god, he hit it.
Oh my god, Badu! That was the most impressive thing I've seen Badu hit in the past, like, 5 years.
Go, man. He's actually on the grind. Will he match the FC from Malashevsky this time around? It's kind of the question. Malashevsky also very good at tech maps, by the way. He has 99 accuracy, if anybody wasn't looking up there in the top left corner. The next best is I'm a Fancy Lad at 98, and Taquito at just under 98. So to put the ACK in perspective, 2 of the best tech players for the USA OWC roster, still a full percent below Malashevsky right now. 2 misses at the very end of the map, no! But Malashevsky 3 for 3 on full combos, 99% accuracy on the FC in No Mod 4 as well. Not quite the perfect combo, so did drop some slider ends, but still very, very good score for him.
Badu as well, having an absolutely insane performance. I was not expecting almost 800k on that from Badu, considering the streams on that, so definitely a major step up from him. But yeah, pretty solid pick from Whispering Almond. I don't think anything really too surprising, all things considered, given the tech roster on this team. And with that, we're probably gonna... Okay, yep, here we go. Speed abuse time. We're going into speed. I love speed.
Definitely makes sense for to go into some speed, break out the protect. You are down a break point. You do not want to be down 4-0. This is still best of 11, so first to 6. And being down 4-0 in a first to 6 match is a very, very tough comeback to pull off. So if this No Mod 5 does not work out, not only are you down 4-0 here, but you have lost your protected pick. You probably lose a little confidence going into some of the speed maps later on in this matchup as well, if you are because those speed maps now start to look less and less guaranteed for you. So really, really important pick for to be able to pull off here and get themselves on the board, prevent the 4-0, and keep an avenue to victory open for themselves in this match.
Well, you'll be seeing on Team Arnold definitely going to be in for this one. On the other hand, we'll probably be seeing Rupersion, Inaric, and Raikaho in. Could also see Rupersion in, but I don't really or actually, yeah, we could be seeing, I was going to say intercamping or a tournament, but I don't think they would be playing this necessarily. On the side of Whispering Almond, Utami's guaranteed. And just like that, look at that. Wow, Utami. Majora, Rectigon, and Malashevsky still in, by the way, after FCing 3 of the maps so far. But other than that, pretty much expected rosters from both of these teams.
I mean, Malashevsky clearly having a good day right now, having FC'd all 3 of the maps that have been played so far. So keeping him in, not really surprising for Whispering Almond, even if, you have people who are on paper a little bit better at this map. Put the guy in who's having a good day. Keep him FCing some maps for you. Hoping for that they can put up an FC of their own or 2 on a map like this. This is a very, very difficult No Mod 5, 7.6 stars. See a couple of breaks, actually. Malashevsky breaking for the first time this match. Neneric and Eternum breaking for though. Rectigon going to follow it up with a break of his own. So it's Utami and Majore versus Arnold and Raikaho. Probably the two best speed players for both of these teams actually duking it out right now with 4 full combos still intact at the halfway mark. This is a very short map. We're already over halfway through. So any breaks here in the second half from any of these big combos really spell disaster for either of these teams. Ever so slight ACK lead for and now a combo lead with that break from Majora. Raikoho gonna break right afterwards though. It is Arnold and Utami facing off on the speed map. Couldn't ask for really any better players to try to pull off the win for you if you are the extra combos coming out of Nineric and Eternum are also big, as Nineric was matching one of the combos from Malashevsky and Rectagon. Now combo lead actually over to Whispering Almond ever so slightly. Raikoho on a better recovered combo than Majora, but Nineric with that miss does drop over a little bit of the combo. The accuracy.
Oh, no!
This is at the end of the map. It's Utami to carry it for Whispering Almond. Oh, disaster for the 4-0 sweep start for Whispering Almond going into the second round of bans. Really, really rough start to the match for and it was so close with Arnold almost able to pull off the FC too.
As soon as Arnold missed, that score lead immediately went over to Whispering Almond, and they won that map by 200,000 points. That combo was... It is hard to understate how important that combo was for Team The, but Utami will be securing the full combo instead. And just like that, Whispering Almond now up 4-0, and they get to have the first ban. And I imagine DT3 is... Or not DT3, DT2 is probably a likely ban here, just considering what they banned. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, and you have to look at the score differences on the other maps as well. 1.3 million score difference on Nomad 4, 600k on the Nomad 1, 600k on the Nomad 3. The only close map so far, that Nomad 5 at 200k score difference, and now both DT3 and DT2 banned out. No other close speed maps left in the pool, really, for to try and take advantage of. They can go for something like the Nomad 2, but you have some very, very good stream players on the side of Whispering Almond as well, which is why they leave that up over the double time too, right? Especially players like Malashevsky probably able to put up a much better combo on that Nomad 2 than on the Nomad 5 or DT2. So leaving that up.
Yeah, I imagine we'll be seeing a Nomad 6 pick from Whispering Almond here just to follow things up. Hidden 3 ban from Team The is somewhat expected. Actually, not somewhat expected, is expected, especially after Nomad 4. Hidden 3 is more or less somewhat similar to that, but with a few more streams. And by a few more, I mean a lot more, but is still a tech map at its core, and Team The just generally did not really have a fun time with tech.
No. I actually think the Hard Rock tech map in this pool is also probably a pretty good pick for the side of Whispering Almond. And something that they might want to consider going for that Hard Rock 3, given the fact that you do have players like Arnold and Akoro on the side of who could potentially pop off and carry that Nomad 6 pick for but who are notoriously aversive to Hard Rock. Aversive? Just averse is the word. Notoriously averse to Hard Rock for both Arnold and Akoro. And it actually is going to be the Hard Rock 3 pick. Okay, another tech map picked up for Whispering Almond, and this is very likely to be another high margin of victory point for Whispering Almond, given the Hard Rock players for also being forced onto tech after what we saw on the Nomad 4. You have to expect a really solid point.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I forgot this map was tech.
Yep.
I forgot this map was heavily focused on cut streams. In my opinion, one of the easier maps in the pool. So I actually would not be too surprised to see Whispering Almond just pull out like 2 or more FCs on this map. But Team The as well also can pull out quite a lot of FCs. I'm looking towards Rupertian intercamping for that mostly. Turnham as well, and Raikoho. I mean, really anyone can FC this map. I'd say. This is, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but in general, I think you were saying this pick favors Whispering Almond just in general because of it being a tech map, so not really too surprising to see it picked out here. Yeah, I imagine...
This is just looking like a very good pick for Whispering Almond. I don't know that we'll see some of the same players in for it. Like, we'll probably seeing Badu still in for this, probably still seeing Disco Marek, but I could definitely see Rectigon going in for this over one of the other players who is in for Nomad 4 for sure.
Rectigon and Fancy Lad are probably going to be the other two people in for this pick, I would imagine. Takedo, notoriously not a Hard Rock fan.
Yeah.
Yep, just look at that. Utami, Malashevsky, Rectigon, and Fancy Lad in. Listia coming in on the side of Team Thaw, actually. Will be intercamming Repertion and Eternum, but no Raikaho. We'll see how that
was
works
also
out.
in for that for the Nomad 4 earlier on in the match, so no big surprises there. Intercamming and Eternum, the two subs out for the based on the Hard Rock in this case.
Well, relatively short map on this. I believe under 3 minutes or just under 3 minutes. Hard part of this map is mostly focused on a lot of cut stream aim, which you'll be seeing relatively shortly. By shortly, I mean right now. That is, the primary difficulty of this map is mostly centered around these cut streams. Relatively accessible though, 170 BPM. So not anything too crazy. Repertion intercamming with the first early misses, not traded by anyone on the side of Whispering Almond so far. Everyone on Whispering Almond except Utami holding high 99s. Rectigon is going to be dropping it at the tail end of that section there, but Listia trades that miss. Only Eternum on the FC against 3 FCs now on the side of Whispering Almond. Even if Utami's accuracy is a bit, still an FC.
Yeah, and Eternum not with the same accuracy as Malashevsky or I'm a Fancy Lad, so we're going to need to see misses coming out of those players for Eternum's full combo to matter. Already almost a 500,000 score lead for Whispering Almond right now as the only break coming out from Rectigon against 3 broken combos for at the moment, 3 FCs for Whispering Almond. This is, well, I mean, predictably dominant from a Whispering Almond roster that won the Nomad 4 pick by 1.3 million score, right? You expect there to be a pretty similar score difference here. If the Nomad tech map is that rough, then the Hard Rock tech map probably not too much better for the. We are going to see a break or 2 for I'm a Fancy Lad. Still no breaks for Eternum, likely to finish it out with the full combo here by the end of the map, but just not enough, and still over a million score gap for Whispering Almond on this map off the back of the 2 full combos from Utami and Malashevsky. Ristel with the almost 99 accuracy, 99.81 by the end of the map. Slightly better accuracy on Rectigon, but no FC there, and unfortunately for Eternum, just not enough backup to compete with the 2-way full combo and the double 700k supporting scores for Rectigon and Fancy Lad. That 3.5 million team score from Whispering Almond is pretty disgusting on a semifinals Hard Rock tech map.
Yeah, and just like that, it's match point now. So Team The on the ropes pretty much immediately as this match started. And they need to think about their next pick. It's going to be Nomad 2, the remaining somewhat speed, somewhat mostly stamina-oriented Nomad pick. So we're actually going to be seeing every Nomad pick except Nomad 6 so far, which is still protected. So if Team The win this, then Whispering Almond can pick Nomad 6, and we'll see all the Nomads. Wow!
Very likely to be a successful Nomad pick for Whispering Almond as well. I think probably more low approach rate reading players on that team, more people he would expect to pop off on that map, but still a winnable map again. If the pop-off is there for Ikora and Arnold. We have to get there first, though. Nomad 2 here, like you said, Fiery, mostly stamina-focused on this map. You have some sort of classic Mazarin special stream shapes in this map. A lot of really sharp linear streams into some kind of classic wonky, wiggly Mazarin streams. All 200 BPM, basically never stops through the whole map and is really, really draining on the stamina because of that. This is the speed team for right? They are going to need a lot of their good stream players to pop off on this pick to get the win out against Whispering Almond. But that Nomad 5 pick was the closest map we've seen so far between these two teams, only a 200k score lead. barely could have been won if Arnold had finished it out with the full combo, but just not quite enough score, not quite enough gas in the tank to make it happen. Hopefully we'll see something similar here on the No Mod 2 and see at least some of these players for the finish it out with the FC. Neneric, Rupertian, Eternum, and Ikoro in for this one on No Mod 2. Notably, Rupertian in for Arnold and Ikoro in for Raikaho. I think those two subs are just fine for this team. Raikaho and Arnold, speed players in particular, as opposed to stamina players and flow aim players.
Thank you, Tommy. Very cool. Relatively lengthy, no mod 2, almost 4 minutes on this one. So, bit of a contrast there. This is a lot more about the general consistency. Not really too surprising to see the team that is in for this, though. Rectigon, notorious No Mod 2 hard rock player. Majora, notorious speed man. Utami and Malashevsky, notorious everything. I don't think Malashevsky has subbed out once in this entire lobby, and he's FC'd for the 5 maps, so...
Yeah, no, has been in for every map, just didn't FC No Mod 5. Yeah, I don't know, he's playing pretty well. He's playing pretty well today. We do see a couple of early drops for the on Neneric and Rupertian. Eternum also dropping is really rough for them. Again, 3 FCs gone early on in this map. Only Ikoro with the full combo left up at the moment. Only Malashevsky dropping the combo so far for Whispering Almond. Usually it's the opposite there. Majora going to follow it up with another break for Whispering Almond, but 2 FCs on Rectigon and Utami, and only Ikoro left standing for the... It is still looking pretty good for Whispering Almond, but there is a chance at a comeback if we see some more repeated breaks for Malashevsky and Majora, and a lot of combos held for the remaining members of the...
I'm going to be honest, if you're looking at a No Mod 2 pick and you are looking for Utami and Rectigon to pretty much ever miss on a No Mod 2, things are not looking too good for you, and it's going to keep growing in favor of Whispering Almond with these combos that are going to pretty much continue to be held for quite a while. Majora does find another miss, not traded by anyone on the side of Team The, but it's going to take a lot more than that. Malashevsky as well drops a supporting combo, but I don't think that is still enough quite yet.
The score lead is actually shrinking, though. It's below that 200k mark now, and getting closer to 100k. We're about at 150 or so right now. The Neneric drops the combo, though, and that... Oh, and Eternum drops. Okay. That is not what they needed for the... We're going to have to see one of the drops for Rectigon or Utami basically right now, as that score lead is going to start to grow once again. More combo on the double FC compared to... Okay, well, Ikoro has missed, and that, with that goes all the hope for the out the window. Unfortunately, 2 AFC for Whispering Almond going to be the death of the on the No Mod 2, and that is a 6-0 sweep for the #1 seed out of qualifiers. GG, well played, but unfortunately just not enough out of the to make the upset happen, nor to take a single point off of the top seed, who has yet to drop a single map throughout the entire tournament. Whispering Almond currently 17-0 throughout the Corsace Open.
Yeah, not really too much to say about that. Nice double FC from Rectigon and Utami, and just like that, Whispering Almond securing themselves a top 3 placement and a guaranteed badge, just like that. That's our first winner's bracket matchup down. And just like that, I think we're done with today's matches for Saturday. I believe we have all the other matches on Sunday.
That is right. We have 3 more matches this weekend. We have a couple of matches left in the losers bracket where we are looking at a few of our top 8 teams looking to break out into top 6. We're going to start off tomorrow with Ramsing versus 14 UTC. You guessed it, 14 UTC, one of those losers bracket matches. Both of those teams hoping to knock the other out in top 8 and secure their spot in the top 6 in the finals weekend. Followed up at 15 UTC by Goofy Odd Little Jits versus Shale. That is seed number 2 versus seed number 3 in the winner's bracket. So hopefully a bit closer of a winner's bracket than what we saw today. Sorry, Fiery. I am hoping for a close match during your matchup tomorrow.
You know what? I'll take it.
And then last matchup of the day tomorrow at 16 UTC. It'll be No Title versus Wide People Happy, also in the loser's bracket. Good luck to in that loser's bracket, by the way. Their opponent will be the winner of Ram Singh versus 14 UTC. So that first matchup tomorrow going to decide who faces off against next weekend in the finals. Thank you everybody for watching. Congratulations to Whispering Almond on the secured top 3 spot and the maintained undefeated run through the tournament. We'll see you all back here tomorrow, 14 UTC, for 3 matches in a row and the map pool showcase for finals.